Relatives and friends, please rise for the singing of the national anthem and remain standing for the invocation. Is it now?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wiggled, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us bow our heads in prayer for a moment. Almighty God, we ask your blessings on each of the Natick High School graduates. Help them to be the persons they should be. Help them realize their dreams. Strengthen them to meet whatever temptations may come their way. May they realize that you are always with and abide in them. May they grow in wisdom, stature, and worth. Almighty God, help them realize their goals and accept their moral responsibilities. Help them to live for right, truth, and you. All this we ask of your generosity and goodness. Amen.
Good afternoon and welcome, fellow students, friends, family members, and faculty, to the graduation ceremonies for Natick High School's class of 1986. As I stand before you, many thoughts run through my mind. I think back to freshman year, the countless classes ahead of us, and graduation seems so far in the future. Yet today, we have reached that moment, graduation day, 1986. Congratulations, seniors. We've come a long way. Upon leaving Natick High School, we shall strive forward into a world full of opportunity. But we must not wait for this opportunity to find us. We must make opportunity for ourselves. A wise man will make more opportunity than he finds. To better ourselves, we must make things happen in our lives. Well, in each of us, there is a successful person. But there is also an unsuccessful one, a person who is not willing to work to improve himself. Make sure that the success within you is used to its greatest extent, and never be satisfied with second best. As a class, we owe a lot to the town of Natick. The people around us today have prepared us for the moment and to the best of their ability. It is now our turn to prove that we are worthy of the diplomas we shall receive. I leave you with a quote that I heard at a past Natick High School graduation. Just keep in mind that no task is too difficult, no goal unattainable. For what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Congratulations, it's been a great 4 years.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like you all to take a look around yourselves. What do you see? The girl who always knew all the answers in AP English class? The star football player? The kid who had the lead in the school play? The class clown? The class president? Yes, all these people are here. But take another look. You'll also see someone else from your English class, the one who didn't always get the answers right, but always tried. You'll see the lacrosse player who got the points but not the recognition. You'll see the people who love the arts, the ones who sing in the shower, just maybe not on stage. You'll see the students who showed class spirit by selling soap, stationery, raffle tickets, candy bars, and the people who bought them even though they really didn't have a need. You'll see your friends, your acquaintances, your family, your teachers, really a little bit of everybody and a little bit of you, because we together have made the graduating class of 1986. Through our 4 years here, it seems as though we have seen the world pass by. We've been involved in academics, athletics, and aesthetics, and through our successes as well as the failures, we have found new meaning to the word's sensitivity, responsibility, and maturity. At freshman orientation, we walked through the doors of the Jeremiah J. Healy Auditorium, a group of strangers. Today, we are a unique blend of people, each one of us having contributed our own special something to Natick High. We have grown from timid freshmen to studious sophomores to self-assured juniors to the seniors who are finally beginning to realize who we really are to make us stronger for the future. Ideas, outlooks, and people have changed, and they will continue to change as we grow. Having our high school experiences behind us, we can feel more secure about these changes. We've learned why Shakespeare is brilliant, what the difference between sine and cosine is, who Queen Victoria was, how to sew a hem on a pair of pants, when to use the passé composé and when to use imparfait in French, where President Reagan negotiated, and how to become an absolute expert at badminton. While all of this is important, I think we'll remember most vividly the unity and sense of belonging we have gained here. We've celebrated our victories and shared our disappointments together. School spirit was flying high as the speech team brought home the Liberty Bell Trophy, as the football team continued their winning streak, as the Sassman News magazine received an award for best news writing, as the jazz ensemble placed first in the state, and as the yearbook won regionally, as well as many other personal accomplishments. A new closeness has been discovered through our local SAD chapter, taking to heart their plea, friends don't let friends drive drunk. Whether we have been on a team, in a club, or a part of any course at Natick High, we have all seen a September group of acquaintances evolve into a May family. Our patience and flexibility was tested during renovations. We often wondered if school was really necessary when we had to walk through what seemed like an eternity on those cold mornings. The cast of Little Mary Sunshine made it through the hardships of moving a full-scale show into the cafeteria while they watched the stage being transformed, still coming out with a production to be proud of. There were many times we weren't sure whether our D-period class was in the B-wing, A140, or the cafeteria, but somehow we survived and managed to learn something to boot. We all supported each other during the Challenger explosion and during our more personal tragedies. By sharing our emotions of sadness, anger, and frustration, we got by, often wondering how such terrible things can happen so unexpectedly. And the list goes on. Happy or sad, we've been through it as a class. As we recall the events, a constant preaching comes to mind from that world-renowned philosopher and humanitarian, Violetta Tatuni. Let's stick together, kids. We're all we've got. Within this mass of eager seniors, there are 423 individuals waiting to embark on their futures. The future can sound ominous because no one ever really knows what to expect. All we can do is be ambitious and optimistic. Life can throw a great deal at us, but with our own personal strength, along with the continuous support from our families, teachers, and friends, we can make it. We might stumble along the way, but it will only make us that much stronger. Perseverance is the key. Henry David Thoreau once said, to affect the quality of the day, that is the highest of the arts. Everyone possesses the power to make a positive difference where it is needed. It may just be a brilliant solution to a pressing problem, or it may just be that understanding smile for someone who's a little bit under the weather. Knowing you are believed in can only lighten the load. And by that, I mean being believed in yourself as well. For Thoreau also said, when a man thinks of himself, that is which determines, or rather indicates, his fate. With this in mind, Any apprehension you may have about spending the next 50 or so years on this planet can be overcome with a newfound hope, awareness, togetherness, excitement, and something a very, very special teacher, Lawrence Brannigan, often refers to as positivism. We have got to have that. I don't think anyone will succeed without a positive outlook. Not unrealistic, just positive. Remember, you are important, and so is the next person. We can achieve our goals by seeing the reality in this, hopefully making the journey into adulthood much more satisfying. Just look straight ahead and go for it. We're all cheering you on. Congratulations and good luck.
Good afternoon, graduates, parents, and friends. Today is the 6th time in the past 4 days that I've attended ceremonies where people have been honored as they change from one phase of life to the next phase of their life. Today is a new beginning, which will find each graduate in the class of 1986 going in his or her own way. The faculty and staff of the Natick Public Schools are proud of the many accomplishments and achievements of the members of the class of 1986. We express our congratulations and the best wishes to each of the graduates today. It is now my privilege to present the Award for Academic Excellence. Today, we honor the valedictorian of the class, Ms. Deborah Atwood. Deborah has attended the Natick schools, starting in Murphy, then Wilson, finally Natick High School. She has excelled in all areas of academic achievement at Natick High School and has taken additional study through the Harvard University Extension Program. In addition to being the #1 student in the senior class, she was the #1 in her junior class and received the Harvard Prize Book. She has also channeled her abundant creative energy into the choral music program of the school and to acting roles in many school productions. She is also a creative writer of science fiction. Deborah is a 1986 Merit Scholar and will attend Union College in Mathematics. It gives me great pleasure to present this award to Deborah Atwood. Congratulations. Among those entering a new phase of life is the principal of Natick High School, Mr. Harold Rosen. Mr. Rosen will retire this month after 13 years as principal of Natick High School. He has been at Natick High School for over 30 years, first as an English teacher, then a guidance counselor, guidance director, and principal. Under the leadership of Harold Rosen, the Natick High School has become an outstanding high school, a school that each of you can be proud to be graduating from today. Mr. Rosen, on behalf of the students, faculty, and townspeople of Natick, the Natick School Committee says a heartfelt thanks to you and wishes you much happiness and good health in your retirement. The school committee is pleased to announce that Vice Principal Mr. Francis Collins has been elected to succeed Mr. Rosen as principal, and that Mr. Richard Gaudette will become the new vice principal. To ensure an orderly presentation of the diplomas, I'd request that all persons remain in the grandstands during the course of the ceremonies. At the request of the senior class, a professional photographer will be taking the picture of each graduate as they receive the diploma, and each family will receive this picture. We ask your cooperation. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the staff at Quinn Open Vocational Technical School, I would like to congratulate the class of 1986 on your graduation. As your high school education comes to an end, your education in life begins. Tomorrow is not just another day. It is the start of your adult life. It is not the end of anything, but the beginning of everything. There is no limit to where life will take you or how far you can take life. Good luck. And now the time has come There is no turning back from the moment that you're about to experience. And for you, your family, and your friends, it's a high point in your life, a rite of passage. And it's our pleasure to present the class of 1986, Harold Rosen's class, to the school committee and to the town of Natick to receive its diplomas.
Will the class of 1986 please come forward to receive their diplomas? Presenting diplomas at today's ceremonies will be Superintendent of Schools Joseph Keefe, members of the school committee Mrs. Judy D'Antonio, Mr. Dyke Crane, Mr. Peter Garland, and Mrs. Phyllis Dank.
Anthony James Indelicato, President of the class of 1986. Malcolm Stark Hill, Vice President of the class of 1986. Lori Ann Ahern, graduating with high honors, Class Secretary of the class of 1986. Donna Jane Noon, Treasurer of the class of 1986. Tracy Michelle Kantrowitz, Senior Speaker. James Linscott. Alan Richard Sutton. Joseph Vincent, also receiving a certificate from Canobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Thomas Adams, also receiving a certificate from Canobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Hussein K. Al-Hadi. Joseph John Asenko. John J. Bakayaki. James Randolph Bache. Joseph G. Barter. Bassam Bashir Bayou. Paul A. Biaggi. Mark Bianchi, graduating with honors.
Jeffrey Adam Brower, graduating with high honors. Henry B. Brennan. Daniel Belarzik Musel, graduating with high honors. Kevin M. Burns. Paul Thomas Byrne. Mark A. Caparelli. Patrick Charles Cahill. Paul Edward Camerano II. Alan Daniel Carmichael. Sean Taylor Kassler. Michael J. Chasson, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School.
Kevin Charles Chase, graduating with highest honors. Paul S. Chicklett. David D. Kalari. Robert P. Kalari. Keith Anthony Condry. Eric John Cooper. Jonathan Peter Cote. Jeffrey M. Cuddy. Jeffrey M. Suker, graduating with high honors.
Glenn Daniels. Michael J. Dempsey. David James Denty. John J. DePratti. Robert J. Diozzi. Glenn Lawrence Doherty. Curtis P. Donnellan. Timothy Dumas. Philip Nathan Early. Rockwood J. Edwards. Donald W. Eggert. William A. Ellis. J. Michael Erickson.
John Patrick Fallon. Jeffrey E. Farrington. Scott E. Finnegan. James E. Fisher Jr. Daniel Patrick Flaherty. Patrick Danforth Flanagan. Joseph Andrew Fletcher, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Robert Christopher Fletcher. Jonas H. Fosberg. Christopher Francis Forte. Gregory P. Forte. Michael W. Franchos, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Chad Edward Freitas. Gerald R. Dagny. Timothy E. Gallagher. Daniel A. Gans. Mark Francis Garvin.
William Graham George, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Robert Paul Giorgiari, graduating with highest honors. Clifford Scott Gibson. Lance B. Goddard. Harley L. Goldberg. Christopher C. Goward. Eric William Hansen. Mark D. Hansen. H. Wayne Harper. Patrick Sean Harris. George Preston Haywood. Robert Joseph Herring.
Andrew Hulatic. Roger William Holmes. Lowell Hoyt Hallway III, graduating with honors. Christopher L. Holmesy, graduating with highest honors. Seth M. Hootstein. Michael Lee Shue. Thomas F. Irwin. Walter A. Johnson. LeBaron Sean Jones. Todd A. Cagno.
Jeffrey J. Keene. Andrew W. Kelly. Scott Kelly, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Richard Thomas Keneally, Jr., graduating with honors. Christopher John Kevill. James C. Kilroy. Peter William Kim, graduating with high honors. Mark Sawyer Kinchla. Ronald L. King. Christopher Paul Ladd. George T. Ladd, Jr. Gregory P. Levezzo. Brian J. Leary.
Anthony W. Liam Bruno. Howard Levy. Carolyn Ann Adams. Diane Marie Arduino. Judith E. Atkinson. Deborah E. Atwood, graduating with highest honors. Lisa J. Auclair. Mary F. Baker. Susan M. Beatty. Julie Ann Beck, graduating with honors. Lisa Jean Bellantoni, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Gail Dawn Bemis. Paula J. Biaggi. Kimberly R. Blomberg. Aretha D. Blue. Jennifer Lynn Bogdan.
Anita Louise Boyardi. Lisa Marie Bostick. Anne Marie Bork. Kirsten M. Brandsma. Cheryl Lee Braverman. Emily Ann Burgess. Michelle Marie Helen Calzini. Kelly C. Canoni. Sharon J. Cardelicchio. Jacqueline Ann Carr. Linda Norvell Carr. Kristen Jane Starks Carricker. Patricia Lynn Casey. Christine Marie Kavanaugh. Lori Rochelle Cherigino.
Mona Chandra. Karen Ann Chapsky. Lori Ann Charette. Diane R. Cristino. Amy Marie Ciccarelli. Terry L. Coffin. Kelsa A. Coker. Linda Cole. Patricia L. Connors. Nancy Ellen Conrad. Eileen Marie Constantine. Christine M. Cook, Suzanne Elizabeth Costa, Jean Marie Cotton, Laura J. Coughlin, Jennifer L. Curran,
Melinda Sue DiPaolo, Nadia A. Diab, Christina Diaz, Diane Doherty, Janet C. Doherty, Julie K. Doherty, Pamela J. Donahue, Jennifer Elizabeth Donnelly, Janet Patricia Driscoll, Robin E. Dutra, Christian M. Elia,
Mary Elizabeth Erickson, also receiving a certificate from Canobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Kimberly Ann Evans, Wendy Fan Chang, Ann G. Fournier, also receiving a certificate from Canobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Laura Jane Free, Patricia Lynn Garland, Cynthia R. Gayton,
Michelle Ann Geary, Lauren Marie Gleason, Joanne E. Geishecker, Sharon Elaine Globerson, Christine Deborah Graham, Joanne S. Greenfield, Missy Ann Hammond, Lori Ann Hansen, Lisa M. Harlow, Christine M. Hebert, Gail V. Henville, Patricia Ann Hearn,
Nancy Sue Herson, Loretta Teresa Holman, Lisa Ann Hubbard, Terry Ann Hunt, also receiving a certificate from Canobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Ann M. Hurley, Lynn Robin Hurwitz, Elizabeth Marie Iconis, Kimberly Lynn James, Suzanne Amy Joachim, graduating with highest honors. Jennifer Lynn Johnson, also receiving a certificate from Canobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Joanna Marilyn Calico, graduating with highest honors.
Linda Jean Vanderland Cape, graduating with highest honors. Joanne Katsoulis, Patricia M. Kiley, Anna Rebecca Kincaid, graduating with high honors. Marjorie Clarice Lambert, also receiving a certificate from Canobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Laura J. Lamont, Diane Mary LaRosa, Julie Ann Lishensky, Stacy M. Lathrop, Christine Luzon, Sandra M. LeBlanc, Amy Elizabeth Lee,
Lisa Lynn Lose, Nicole M. Maffei, Marsha Ann Mahoney, Patricia Ann Mayer, Kristen C. Maletta, Deborah A. Marquez, Janine Elizabeth Martin. Linda Carol Masuko. Michelle Marie Matthews.
Natalie A. Mavretic. Sharon Louise McGeever. Patricia Mary McGovern. Renee H. McGrath. Anne Marie Melidio. Laura L. Merritt. Michelle Moog. Cheryl Lynn Morissette. Christine Moulton. Robin Murray. Lori Ann Meyerson, graduating with high honors.
Michelle A. Milan. Elise H. Nawawi. Mai Nguyen. Jody J. Nicanello. Catherine Regina O'Leary. Jennifer Lynn Olson. Michelle Marie Pearl. Mary T. Pearson. Christine Marie Perkins. Cheryl Ann Pike.
Pamela Susan Powell. Beth Ann Powers. Laura Michelle Pritzker, graduating with high honors. Christine Grace Pulver. Christine Ann Quaranto. Rosemary Quilty. Jennifer T. Ramondi. Jacqueline Roxanne Roush. Sorrel Reason. Mildred Constance Reese. Sabrina H. Reeves. Sheila Regan.
Sarah Ann Rodman. Alyssa Kyle Roman, graduating with highest honors. Maura Beth Rosenthal, graduating with honors. Tracy Marie Rourke. Christine L. Ryan. Jennifer K. Ryan, graduating with highest honors. Kathleen Jane Ryan. Melissa Elaine Sabian. Kathleen Lee Shifley.
Padma Antoinette Scott. Stacy Ann Siegel, graduating with honors. Cynthia Beth Sidman. Susan L. Smith. Robin S. Steinberg, graduating with high honors. Kirsten R. Stifter. Lori Jean St. Pierre. Michelle Karen St. Pierre.
Kelly Ann Sullivan. Christine Ann Surratt. Melissa J. Sweat. Kimberly A. Tartarini, graduating with honors. Ann E. Thorne. Sherry A. Tolson. Christina Marie Tomasetti. Lisa M. Tomasetti. Stephanie Ann Tribbett. Tamara Jane Trilling. Susan Teresa Untersea. Deborah Ann Vogt. Paula E. Wagner. Deborah Elaine Walls.
Robin Kristen Walker. Karen L. Walsh. Suzanne Marie Wells. Kathleen A. Whalen. Judy A. Wheeler. Jean Marie Whitney. Carol Beth Wigglesworth. Judith E. Williams, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Maura Williams. Christine Wilson. Amy Beth Wolk. Laura Diane Woods.
Laura Jean Young. Patricia A. Zico. Christina Marie Zongi. David Allen Littman. Evan Lawrence Lebowski. William Francis Lyons, Jr. Daniel Allen McDonald II. Eric C. Mackey. Michael A. McQuarrie. Mark Sean Manthorn. Christopher John Mantos. Thomas J. Murata. Gerald P. Marsh.
Douglas M. McDonald. Michael J. McAvoy. Donald E. McLaughlin. Scott McLean. Michael Patrick McTagg. Daniel E. Monaco. John Moran. Stephen G. Morley. Greg A. Murphy. Jamie Murray. Robert H. Nahas.
Jeffrey Russell Newcomb. David F. Newton. William North. William Joseph Novak, Jr. Raymond Eric Olenzensky. Timothy Michael Owens. Robert H. Patrickin. David Paul. Richard S. Pearson. Kevin O'Neill Peterson.
Alan R. Pagarian. John Andrew Palagrudo. Alan H. Popkin. Stephen J. Popsey. Scott Robert Potter. David R. Powers. Thomas George Powers. Thomas M. Price. Daniel J. Purcell. Mark Quigley. Daniel L. Reagan. Andrew Joseph Reeves, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Miles McCormick Reed.
Howard Resnick. Carlson Michael Reinhardt. Lawrence J. Rodman. Mitchell J. Rogers. J. Edward Ross. Douglas Wayne Rubin, graduating with high honors. Jonathan M. Ryder. Edward J. Russo, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Mark Christopher Russo. John Michael Sage. David Michael Salvi. Dennis Paul Saunier. Michael R. Scannell. Michael A. Snare.
John F. Schollard. Joseph P. Sheridan. Christopher A. Shipman. Anthony Shkreli. Samuel J. Silverman. Matthew D. Simcox. George David Sims, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. William Samuel Saroy. James J. Smith. Michael R. Spillane. Stephen A. Sprasansky, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Neville C. Stainrod. Joseph Francis Steele. Mark R. Stevenson.
James F. Sullivan. Robert J. Swartz. Sean A. Tingley. Vincent James Tingley, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Michael A. Tomasetti. William Peter Torres, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Todd A. Trumpet. Paul Forrest Vining. Michael J. Wagner, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School.
Robert D. Walker, also receiving a certificate from Quinobin Regional Vocational Technical School. Jeff F. Ward. Edward J. Weigel. Robert L. Webb III. Scott W. Wells. Peter I. Wexler. Douglas J. Welpley. Lawrence Paul Welpley. Howard Allen White, Jr. John Andrew Winkler. William B. Woods.
Michael Scott Yanover, graduating with honors. David B. Zerlin. Tala A. Zobair.